What's going on, everybody? James here, redoptionagency.com. 21 years selling on eBay. You're looking at stuff that I'm getting that is not listed yet, not even drafted yet. Pretty, yeah. All right, but I did clean out a little bit of the storage area, so now I can start organizing one of the storage areas a little bit better. But anyway, the point of this video is going to show you a little kind of a hold yourself accountable to listing little thing I've been doing for about a half a month now, not quite, and I'm liking it. It's working really well. And then, of course, over the summer months, I want to be a little bit more lenient. You know, I'm not pushing my 200 items plus a day because I want to get out and enjoy the weather, and I need it for my health, for my physical health, literally, my mental health with Vern, and just, you know, enjoy the sun, get some sun in my skin and stuff. But so I'm going to show you my little accountability listing process that I'm doing. So you can look here, and I started this little page, and what you see here is you've got the days of the month. So today is the 30th and the last day. And then you've got times. You got 12 o'clock, 1, 2, 3, all the way till 9 o'clock. And then each X indicates 20 items. So what I do is I do 10 items at a time, and then I can switch it up. If I do 10 hats, then 10 CDs, 10 cassettes, 10 clothing, 10 shoes, whatever the case may be. Then I don't get too, you know, one of the things that always kind of made me slow down is the monotony, right? If I just want to do all shoes all day, I don't get much done because I get tired of it really quick. So doing 10 and then hopping over and doing 10 of something else, and then, you know, hopping around makes it a lot fresher in my mind. So every X indicates 20 items. So I do 10 and do half the X, and then I'll do, you know, the 10 and X that out. And then during the summer, during the week, I'm only expecting to get through the 4 o'clock hour. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 items up is kind of my goal. You can see I'm lower on some of these days just because, I don't know, mentally out of it because of Vern, or I'm doing other things that day. But like yesterday, I spent about 3 or 4 hours working on the pool, but still was able to get 90 items listed. And I'll show you the reasoning for that also in more detail. But like right now, we're at 2 o'clock, so I'm a little bit behind. So I'm just hurrying up and trying to get up to 60 items. Well, actually only 40. We just hit 2, so I'll start on 60 now. But so I'm a little bit behind, but it'll be no problem to get caught up because of what I'm doing. So since I'm only telling myself I only have to get 100 done, if it's a day I don't go out, or if it's on a weekend or something and I got a little bit more extra time, I can do one of two things. I can keep listing and go farther, like I did this day, 150, like I did that day, 150. Or I can set up my drafts for the next day to get a head start, if you will, on the next day. So what I'm doing on my drafts is, like, I got 193 drafts in here now. I'm just now still working on those, so that's going to be my next 10 I'm working on. But beyond that, all I've got is drafts, and the only thing I did was type in a title and then put it in the right categories. But if you use listing templates like I do, most of that stuff's already filled out for you. So if I put up a cassette, it's already going to be in cassette. So all I need to do is fill out that title and go down, hit save, move on to the next. So it makes it real super quick. So I'm not doing the checking for comps at this point. What is with this little bug flying around? Been having the door open. But you can go away now, Mr. Gnat. Looks like a gnat. He just wants to be on TV. He wants to be a superstar. YouTube superstar. Gnat in the house. And so I got 8 tracks there. Let's just jump ahead and see what else I got. Well, I can actually turn around and show you what I got. So a bunch of cassettes here. And then, so it's all I do is type in the title, make sure the category and the item descriptions are done, properly, hit save, and move on to the next. Then it goes over here. So these are my 193 items on these 9 squares right here, and a couple other bags. So when I do that, I move them over to here. And this is like basically catch up for me if I want to catch up. So say like today, I'm 60 behind, even though I'm doing 10 brand new right off the press, right off the shelf items. Since I'm behind, I can run over here, take pictures of, say, 10 8-tracks real quick, take pictures of 10 cassettes real quick, comp them and list them, and get ahead super quick like that. Or I can save them for another day where I may be further behind. Say it's a day that I don't get the list because I had errands to run and just everything went wrong that day, where I was just busy all day and couldn't get to list anything. And I'm at home at 7 at night and I haven't done nothing, right? I can come over here and knock out pretty much 40, 50 items super quick and get it listed within, an hour per se. And so that's what that system is set up to do. What was I going to say? I was going somewhere with this, but I forgot where. But yeah, so that's, I'm going to just keep talking and maybe it'll come back to me. Okay. Or what I can do is just create more drafts. Say I get to 4 o'clock, I'm going to go take a bike ride for a couple of hours, come back, jump in the bath, come out. It's 7 o'clock, if you will. And, nobody's home yet because everybody's still working or nothing's on TV or I don't have no chores to do. It's 7 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and work a couple more hours. I can either grab this stuff and turn it into drafts, or I can just go ahead. If I'm already ahead for the day, I might just go ahead and list the stuff and just do the whole process, on 10 items, 20 items, and so on and so forth. But what I do from there on to comp an item, is when I get 10, I don't have 10 yet, but I'm just going to show you what I do. So I go ahead and click the 10, then I do my dash, or this one would be that way, and then I hit resume drafts. Now everything's done in here except for the pricing. So then what I do, I don't really price out hats unless it's something I know that's collectible. I just hit over here, copy, come over here, paste it, and then I might take something out if need be, just to make it, you know how eBay and their search is weird. Like if you type in too much, it's only going to bring up like one item, but each time you eliminate something, it's going to bring up a lot more. So then I go over here, click the, change the price to whatever I want, move on to the next. If it's a CD or something with a barcode, when I take the picture, I'll stack it here. So then I'll just scan the CD and see what the comp is and change the comp. And then I give it its home and submit it. So I always have like a box up here. This one's the one I'm filling right now, Tub 78, as I'm reworking the East Wing, if you will. If it's like 10 CDs I just did, I'll walk those downstairs and throw them somewhere. And then I'll come back and fill in my custom label where I put them and hit submit. So, and doing it 10 at a time, it makes it really quick, especially if you watched my, how to list 200 items in a day, and you're using some of my systems on how to list so many per day. This is the best way I found so far to not get overwhelmed for me. Like I've tried, I don't have it here, where I tried like just writing in the numbers or what have you. It's a different book. And I don't know, it just didn't work for me. But doing this X system seems to work really well for my mind and the way my mind's set up. I've always said when you're doing this stuff and you're trying to figure out a system to motivate yourself, you have to know you and how your mind works, how to motivate yourself in order to get that listing done. All I can do is provide you with the ideas on, how it's working for me, or how to create the drafts and to, set things up super quick that way so that you can add on to it with your flavor. But when it comes to the mind games that, the mental games, I mean, if you're working from home, the struggles. you know, whether it's kids or pets or whatever the case may be. You got to do the vacuuming, the laundry, you know, and I go ahead and take care of all that stuff too. And like I said, I spent about 3 or 4 hours outside yesterday taking care of the pool. So what you're going to see here is basically CDs that I had stacked over here. I had about 60, probably more like 50, 45 or 50 CDs stacked over here. So I went ahead and took the pictures real quick. And so I can scan most of those. They're real easy to comp the price. And that's why I was able to get up so many so quick, even though I was really busy that day. So, yeah. So for some reason, just not seeing the numbers, I don't, you know, I'm just holding myself accountable to a time period, basically. See how many I can get up by 4 o'clock. So if I go over, and then I go over, and then when I get back, I can either continue to get to the 200 that day, or I can stage, like I said, for a day that I have a lot going on where I don't get to list as much or pay as much attention to the business, if you will. So that's what I'm kind of doing. So I thought I would share that with you because I've been doing it since the 17th, and I'm loving it, honestly. And I don't even feel disappointed on the days where I only got 50, because I know that with the backup draft system I'm doing, that I can make that up really quick on a, you know, say a Saturday where I'm just doing nothing but working because I'm not going to, you know, resting my body, so I'm not going to go exercise or anything. And if I have nothing going on because everybody's working, then I know on a Saturday I can, boom, knock out 150 with no problems or whatever. So it kind of makes up for it. So I'm just trying to keep an average of 100. I haven't averaged this up this month to see what it's going to because I'm not done with today yet. But I'll add all this up and do an average to see how many items I average per day. And then when, you know, the colder weather starts coming down, then I'm going to hold myself accountable to getting back to 200 a day. But I don't want to rob myself of the summer. So I'm not going to. I'm not going to put that pressure on me. Don't need to at this point, especially on days, at least when eBay's working properly. And this has kind of helped me focus in on the days where eBay, you know, was broken and not working properly. I could focus in on filling boxes 10 items at a time, and it feels like it goes super quick. Like before I know it, I'll be up to, you know, 80 items, and we go like, man, I got 80 items listed. And sometimes I check and go, is that right? Did I do 90 yesterday? 20, 40, 60, 80, 90? I did. You know, so it kind of goes so quick the way I'm doing it with my head and the way my head works that I question myself that, did I really do that? So, because it felt like I did it all, I feel like I listed those 90 items in like an hour's time. So, yeah, I like it. I'm really digging this new process. So I thought I'd share that with you. And maybe you can pull something from it to works with your headspace and works with your business and what have you. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.